Hi, today we're going to be looking at APOS Live Data Gateway, and we're going to be demonstrating live performance when connecting to a Snowflake dataset of the size of about 288 billion rows of data. Okay, so I'm in my Snowflake console. I have a database here and a table called Store Sales, and you can see at the bottom right-hand side here, this dataset is about 288 billion rows of data. And I want to demonstrate live performance when connecting to this in SAP Analytics Cloud. The first thing we do is using APOS Live Data Gateway Manager, we establish a connection to that dataset. So here I'm using JDBC and I've set up my string for connecting to that database and dataset within Snowflake. Once we have our established connection, we can then use the APOS Live Data Gateway semantic layer web UI to be able to target that particular store sales data. So here I've selected that particular table from my Snowflake schema. And if I move down to the next step, I've also dictated what I want to use as measures and what I want to use as dimensions. So this will be the basis of the model for the SAP Analytics Cloud platform. Once that connection is established in SAP Analytics Cloud, I'm going to now build a live data model from that view that we just created in the previous step. So that view will now be available as a data source, and I can go ahead and select that view, and it will automatically populate the measures and dimensions from that store sales data within Snowflake. So nothing else for me to do here other than simply save the model and start building out storing. So there's my measures and there's my dimensions from that Snowflake store sales data that I want to connect to live. Okay, so I'm on my home screen of my SAP Analytics Cloud platform, and I'm going to build a new story from scratch with that live connection to that very large data set in Snowflake. So I'm going to build a new chart, and I'm going to find that model that I created. And I'm going to build a new chart based off of that large data set. So I'm going to be adding measures and dimensions. So these are fresh new queries being sent to the data source, executed, and the results are streamed back to the browser. So you can see how quickly that query was sent to Snowflake, executed and processed against a data set of 288 billion records, and the data coming back very quickly. Okay, and you can see how quickly I'm adding new dimensions on fresh aggregations, complexing the query even further against that large data set and coming back very quickly also. So overall, extremely good performance with that sizable data set with live connection against Snowflake. If you have any more questions on what you've seen here today, please feel free to reach out to APOS. Thank you.